Hello everyone, long time no see, but welcome back to the lab. Yes, it's been almost 3 months since the last upload and maybe close to half year since the upload before, but whatever. Um, yes, I just came back from a regional, quote unquote regional, yesterday. It was like 80, I think 83-person IRL um, cash tournament. It was there are some big names over there. It was actually some good datas, I will say, for the deck I played. Um, I went. Let me see. It was 7 rounds, 83 people. I went 6-1, got third place. But my only loss was to Christian Arena, Gunther. And he was using pretty much the same list as I sent to him the week before. So technically, yeah, the less won the tournament. I didn't. Well, I still got good enough. So I will probably cover the more detailed matchup and everything like that second part of the video. And for this one, the part one, it will be mainly for my build, for the deck profile, things like that. And if you like this kind of video, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel. If we get what kind of goal we want? If we get like 100 likes, I'll probably upload the next part of this whole profile. Yeah, probably. Um, yeah, I think it's gonna be like about a three-part sort of deck profile. Part one, which is this video you're watching, will be covering my deck, so the deck profile. The second part will just be specifically me commentating on put couple basic combos because as some people already know, I'm playing a different version of Dragon Link compared to the what the majority of the community is doing. So I feel like maybe it's time to do another big series of combo videos. That'll probably be part two. And part three will probably just be me covering like tournament matchups that happened yesterday. Well, yesterday while I'm recording this right now. And couple like how I side, some small random tips, and whatever other miscellaneous things. So yeah, without further ado, I guess let's start with my profile. Um, it's a real event, so I decided to not showing the screen of DB or Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. Just took a picture of my real deck. Stars top right. Safer, black white, standard, nothing important. Red eyes, and then one red eyes, one black metal. I know the other version of Red Eye, the other version of Dragon. Well, I call this one the Rokket PK because as a lot of people see already, the second whole line is just the Rokket cards and PK cards, and that's actually part of the ending board. So the Rokket PK version I play, there's one specific combo you actually do need one copy of Black Metal. It's not happening very often, but when it does happen, you do need it. Otherwise, you'll have to Bro Tour pitch an additional card to do the same thing, which isn't really ideal. These two combos will be covered in part two, so stay focused on the channel. And well, the other version I call, which was what people have been saying in the past couple weeks, I call it the ruler tidying because that's what's really unique, quote unquote, to that list. You try to benefit as much as you want from the chaos ruler, and you're trying to set up your board, including Dragon Maid tidying the trap, which a lot of people have known already. So yeah, so let's finish the list. One Octovision, it's probably something I have to really address later. Let me skip it for now. One Broto, one Lavi, the standard, the dual that usually exists in almost every dragon deck. Three Tracer, one Charger, one Magna, two Silver, two Router. This is, if you pay close attention, it's very close to the lineup I won the UDS, which is, damn, it's about a year ago. More than a year ago, actually. Huh. It's very close to that. The whole list is like 90% same as the UDS build, which was just some minor changes. The new toys, well, obviously not the PKs back then, the UDS because Rusty was still banned, but it was not banned anymore. And obviously the PK cards. At the end of the combo, if you are familiar with how I do my combo in the UDS, long story short, you usually get to the point where you quad pop your triple burst to revive your dragons in the graveyard. However, the triple burst really serves absolutely no purpose in the whole deck. The only purpose is like if you have an awkward number of dragons, you can do like so you start with Romulus pointing down, you make LP here, then the last dragon, for example, was 11 year that um couldn't go into Pisty or Striker, so you make triple burst to form like this kind of arrows. Well, should be the other offset for the screen, but whatever, you get the point. Um, that's the only purpose of the card, which it really barely happens, and even it does happen, your ending board is still very wonky and just sort of bad. So the triple burst usually have no effect, and now there is just a better Link 3 Dark, which is Rusty, that give you 2 free Fog Blades. It's literally quote unquote free if you don't draw the boots. Even if you do draw the boots, there's plenty of ways you can discard it, and that just become a discard search Fog Blade, which isn't bad. Since you're gonna go through Ravine majority of the time, you gonna go through your Quabro majority of the time. You have a decent chance go through your Brotor like half of the time. Chaos Space, on the other hand, is probably not that good to pitch boots because you want to bash the boots by itself. And the Fog Blade is like the equivalent tidying in the other version, but I think the other version, if you want to get tidying, you have to specifically get to chamber. However, this version you are getting the PKs for almost free. Like you can literally cut the Pope PKs and throw the triple burst back to the extra deck, which I'm gonna show in a minute after I finish the main deck. But it won't. It will just make your board significantly weaker, and to a point I don't think it's worth. There are some issues. I've seen some people copy the less because Christian was shaming using the same thing, and I've seen people tried even running cloak because then you can do you rusty mail cloak, search boots, and you pitch the boots for another cost, which is arguably okay. It's acceptable. However, it's taking another spot, and it's a little bit kind of bricky as a non-dragon. So I think boots plus 2 blades is enough. And spells, Boost Sector, Ravine, Chaos Space, Quick Lunge, Warlock Cigar Dragon. I didn't max out Warlock Cigar Dragon, same reason as the Noctovision. I guess I'll explain it now. These 2 cards, in my opinion, are not really good cards, unlike other people being saying in the other version of the deck, which I'm probably getting a lot of hate and disagreement on this statement. These 2 cards, in my opinion, doesn't work as starters, and it's even worse than Absa Router because how many rockets I have. Rocket Router is literally full combo without need to have anything. Rocket or Dragon plus Vision, Dragon plus World Legacy doesn't really get you that far. Your ending still vulnerable because your choking point never changes. It's always on the Romulus. It's always on the LP. The Nocto Vision will draw 1. Don't guarantee you drawing that many good things because there's so many engine pieces in the deck. You probably just draw another engine piece you probably don't need at that point. And there is a decent amount of high level dragons you have to play and Kubrick. Well, along with the non-engine cards, which you see at the bottom. I guess we'll just cover it now. 3 Ash, 3 Droplet, 2 Cosmic, 1 Duster. There are a specific amount of cards you need to draw, which is about 20, and there's a specific amount of cards you prefer not to draw only within that 20. So the ratio is about like 20-20, split in half. If you fail to draw one, at least one copy from the other 20 cards, you brick. That's how it works. Like I think the 20 is about like Safers, Black Metal, all the Rockets, all the like Chaos Space, Quick Launch, and did I count? Did I count white? Do I do a calculation? I forgot. But these are like cards that doesn't like you can at least make a play. Doesn't necessarily call bricks, but there's other cards such as like Black Dragon, Levy, um, Wall Lexi Guard Dragon, and Noctovision. Like I've died numerous times when I'm playing the deck where my opening hand was like Red Eyes Router, Black Dragon, Levy, Wall Lexi Guard Dragon plus 900 cards, Orbital Sector. Like more than half of my hand is half of the full combo, but when they are paired up together in the awkward way, it doesn't work and just completely bricks you. Some people might say, yeah, you have a lot of this card, you could just max out Wolaxy, worst case you pitch it. But you can have so many better pitch. Like you can pitch a rocket that's just better than pitching Wolaxy Guard Dragon because you're gonna get the rocket back later with Quabro anyway. And I don't like I've heard a lot of people complaining they actually brick when they play the ruler tiding version because the most popular version of that max out both vision and guard dragon. Majority of the time you don't even need that many extenders because there are still a crazy amount of them. There's chaos space, there's black, white specifically, the baby white. There's quick launch. Some people even treat those as starters. I treat them both starter and extender. And the amount of rockets I have means the rockets are actually also extenders because you're gonna get boost sector almost guaranteed. So at this point, I'll even say Vision and Guard Dragon are just not needed to be max. And the more you play, the higher chance you're gonna see those in and like a lot of people have draw pairs of these cards and wondering why, right? The one Noctovision is there for the purpose of I can safer pitch router, get something good. And because of that combo existing, you technically are already playing multiple versions of multiple copies of Vision already because safer router existing. Some other people even play Phantasme, which safer Phantas is also more copies of Noctovision. Therefore, one Vision is good enough for me. The chain blocking purpose on Vision also don't matters because like it only matters against Gamma, but they can always Gamma you something that make as much damage as they possible have. If you want to purposely chain blocking an Ash on the Romulus, that's a joke because the opponent can always Ash the Ravine to a point. Yeah, you didn't really chain block anything because Ravine cannot be chain blocked. Wall Icy Guard Dragon on the other hand, it's as good as actually I didn't even play any other extenders. So it's in my opinion worse than Quick Launch and Chaos Space because it cannot be used as a starter. The zone moving effect usually barely matters in this version because I have a specific route and my combos were built assuming I don't have access to the zone moving. And the other version, if you're freestyling majority of the time, yeah, you're probably gonna fuck up in some other ways you don't even realize and may need the Wall Lexi Guard Dragon to fix it. But in this version, I build all my combos assuming I don't have that. So technically, when I do perform my combos, I don't need it. And to a point that just worse than any card that can be both starter and extenders, and it's the one of the best extenders, but doesn't need to be having that many in my deck. It's already technically 42 in the list, so I wouldn't even play. Like, if I do even want to play 3 copies of Wolaxy, I would rather replace it with 2 Wolaxy and 1 Monster Reborn. Since the zone moving effect doesn't matter, then to a point, I just want to minimize. I would prefer to draw 1 Reborn, 1 Wolaxy compared to 2 copy of Wolaxys. So, yeah, that's my hot take on these 2 cards. I can already see a lot of people disagree with me, which I completely understand it because you guys are playing a completely different deck. But overall, if you have ever wondering your life why you join multiple copy of these cards and brick, maybe it's time to rethink about it. The amount of cards, like I think the total amount of vision and not a vision and World Legacy should not exceed more than four in the deck. And once it go past four, it can increase the breaking chance kind of significantly. So yeah, that's my take. The 900 cards, Ash, Droplet, Cosmic, Duster. The list I sent to Christian was Ash, Droplet, and Dark Rulers, which that's exactly what he played. Like 2 days before the tournament, I took a shower and I think over it. That's what happened. I was like, Dark Ruler isn't really that great when I really think about it. It's only better in the matchup against the tidying Dragon Link because Droplet theoretically they can go change your Droplet, activate tidying, target anything you discard, then Chinghara negate the Droplet, which could be devastating if you don't really care about it, but if you do care about it and pay either or, then you will be fine. Um, that's probably the only case it's worse. But on the other hand, Dark Cooler, like I just hate having anything going like completely dead going first. And Duster is like the only thing I can accept because the nature of the deck losing to back rows and Duster is just the blowout for it. Um, also like so the other what's the other problematic card in the format? Schism into Winda. People might think, yeah, Dark Cruiser seems good against that play for the Schism and Winda. However, one big issue I've after a test is like the Winda usually isn't the problem. The problem more comes to my monster gets sand when they summon Winda. Like I can very comfortably just negate a Winda afterwards, but I still lose a monster, and to a point, I might be one monster short, just one monster short to really combo through like trading order negates or kind of things. So instead of really stop or negate a window after, I rather preventing the window to be summoned. That's why Cosmic and was moving from back from my side to the main. Um, I could play three Cosmic, but still prefer the Duster for the blow up for the back rolls. Like going second, if you just breaking anything outside Schism, Duster is just better than Cosmic. Any form of way, right? Yeah. So I would say it's all right. The ratio I do like the ratio. Going actually also going first, Cosmic is actually not that. What's really in the format. Against Dragon, doesn't matter what version of Dragon, your set Cosmic can be always used under field spells, and it actually almost always that like hurting a lot. Um, against Dino, yes, going second, Cosmic really doesn't do anything, but you barely or you shouldn't be going second against Dino majority of the time. They will prefer to let you go first because that's how they go in second strategy works. Um, then if you have a set cosmic in under Lost World, either Lost World or Missed in Mind, it's always devastating. That's at least a very good trade, worst case. Against the let me see. Oh, also forgot to cover if you're going second against like the Tiding Dragon Maid, you can just start with trading the Tiding away, which never a bad thing. What are things existing in the format? Oh, against Shadow Invoke, yeah, going first just going second, you blow up their schism. Going first, you blow out their meltdowns. Never a bad thing. So yeah, I just that's why like the only completely deck card going first is Duster, but I value the Duster going second quite a bit, and I don't want to fit Dark Ruler along with Duster in the bill, so I have like 4 copies completely Garnets going first. that's not bearable. Yeah. So this is my main. Let me switch it to my extra inside. Extra Spear, Striker Dragon, LP Pisty, Romulus, Quaboro, Delingers. I feel these are pretty much standard, right? The other version play two Sphere because they don't guarantee Dark Lock. This one almost guaranteed Dark Lock. So, but there are ways to bait out Sphere and even combo after Sphere after they nib on your Sphere. So it's fine. And because of the nature of the other version playing more than one Sphere and in order to against nib, um, there are a significant decrease of nib in the format to a point I'm perfectly fine with my ratio. Quad and Dillingers, I think a lot of people, the other version cut Dillingers, right? Yeah, they actually don't. They actually don't play it. Dillingers, if people not familiar with, it need a super rare reprint in the coming OTS. Just please, Konami. The real effect is if this card's in the graveyard and you a rocket being summoned to your field, you get to bring it back for free. So this and well, obviously banish afterwards. So this is two free link material. Then Rusty and B Cup. I should switch those two on. Whatever. B Cup is needed in case you get nib and you want to combo afterwards because Sphere's effect. Sphere flows into more monster, and you need a dark generic link too, which can link away the nib token to open arrows for you. Rusty is here because it was like I mentioned earlier, it was the old triple burst spot. Now the triple burst has a fat and give you two more interruptions. So that's touted. The downside is if you see later, Abomination, Axis Code, Borsua, and Bro Savage. For Axis Code specifically, because Rusty is a link 3 that cannot be used as link material. Therefore, my Axis Code does not have a link 3 in the whole deck, so it will never go to 53. However, 43 is good enough. 43 is still good enough. As usually I don't even punch with Axis, I usually just clear boards. Then Abomination is the combo. If you're familiar with what happened a year ago, my ending board is usually Savage, Spear, Savage, Abomination, and Abomination pop on silver. Now in the 2021 version, it will be two additional Fog Blades, thanks to Rusty. Axis Hole is also something new since last year. There are a decent amount of problematic monsters in the format where you want to use your battle phase to sort of kind of bait it or force it, and therefore you need something to clear more than enough colors on your opponent's board main phase 2, which that's why Axis is there. Usually, there will be two lock on yourself you facing majority of the time. It's usually the Dragon Lock from the Guard Dragon and the Dark Lock from Tracer. Dark Lock for the extra deck. Um, Dragon Lock can be easily solved because the Delingers is here. I think the other version actually sometimes have issue unlocking your Guard Dragons, but yeah. The Dark Lock does it matter? Yeah, probably doesn't. I mean, there's 13 of my extra that are dark, so the Tracer Lock barely matters. It's only preventing one or two monsters being summoned, and the one or two monsters probably being summoned before my Tracer anyway. However, the other downside is, yes, there's only maximum 3 pop for my Axis Code. It's wind, light, and dark. That's it. And I don't even guarantee some of wind, or I don't even guarantee some both wind and light majority of the time. So Axis Code mainly only popping two. Two is usually enough after you base something in the battle phase. I've done a couple interesting plays where I go with um entering battle phase, bait out something, main phase 2, make Axis clear like two things, and then made my own Quaboro to pop my own Axis code. Yes, you sounded right. Then bring out 3 or 4 rockets back along with Dillingers to end with Savage Abomination. Savage Abomination Silver. Yeah, I've done that multiple times actually. Happens quite a lot. So yeah, that's why it's there. I mean, it's fucking access code token. Come on, it's better to be in the deck when you're link or you're link climbing anyway. Borosaur and Borosaur is what you need, what you use to kill people. It's a dragon deck, and Bor Savage is Bor Savage. So that's the extra deck. No Chaos Ruler. Chaos Ruler, and so whenever you synchro summon a level 8 in this specific list, it's usually at the end of the combo or it's in the beginning of the combo where you need it to defend from the hand trap. You will never have, you will almost barely have a second point where you can synchro summon a level 8 twice per turn. Besides if you gamma your opponent, but I think if you gamma your opponent your turn, you can just freestyle whatever at that point. Yeah, that's Chaos Ruler. The purpose of that level 8 synchro, I need it for either as a protection or as a negate at the end as a threat. And I will never really get a chance to synchro summon Chaos Ruler in a good way to mill my resource because that's probably when I already have enough resources. So that's it. That's for the extra deck. On side, Pinkertops, Droll, Gamma Driver, Scarlet, Call by, Lightning Storm, Reborn, Imperial Order. Probably should lay out them differently. All right, cool. I'll just say it this way. Gamma, when I'm going first, it's I need Gamma as defending from myself from hand traps. Joel and Lancia mainly. People still play it. I don't I don't play Lancia. Lancia is in my opinion worse than Joel because how the other dragon evolved to a point they taking less damage from being Lancia. And that's why Joel just slightly better. Um, One big reason, let me see, against the tiding version of Dragon, Joel is better now compared to Lancia because Joel's guaranteed doing something. Lancia's arguably, possibly, they don't even care. Um, Against Dino, Lancia is obviously better, but Joel isn't that much worse. What other things? Oh, Shadow. Lancia really only stopping Alistair and really doesn't stop anything else. Droll, on the other hand, doesn't stop Alistair, but stop Terraforming and Meltdown. And the biggest thing I like Droll is because when they just start with Schism. No, not Schism. Still, when they start with Nadir, send Abkalon, search Ecclesia, and try to get Schism, you can draw them because it's on the resolution, chain to the Abkalon. So on resolution, after they grab the Ecclesia, it will be Abkalon Chainlink 1, you draw Chainlink 2. It's in the same resolution, right? Your draw will resolve, and their Abkalon, because they cannot search from the deck, and Abkalon says you can add a Shadow from either your deck or the graveyard to your hand, and you pitch one, right? And since Abclone is the only target left in the graveyard, which that's how majority of the time it is, um, they will force to put the Abclone back to their extra deck. And because it goes to extra deck, they don't discard, but however, you prevent the access to Schism. So that's like one of the biggest traits I see in Droll, but not in Lancia, and that can really change the game if prevent the Schism like that. It not only prevent a Schism, it also prevent them loading the Shadows into Graveyard to a point it prevents Schism like twice for 2 turns. So that's a very unique trait. I kind of do like it. Pinkertops, it's just fucking Pinkertops. Come on, it's fucking Pinkertops. Kills everything. I thought about Zuking Alpha. Zuking Alpha I don't really have the space for going second, and also Zuking Alpha is another thing where it's an Earth. It's an Earth, right? Yeah, I think it's an Earth. Well, it's definitely not a dragon. Um, so it can barely be used as link material. Um, and it usually forces you to go into battle phase, which it does when it's not even like. I would rather just choose other things over alpha, and also it's very easy. Your alpha just get traded by something you don't want to, um, which can happen. Pinkertops on the other hand just handles things, And for the second line, Scarlet Fontaine actually used it. Won me the game instead of taking a drop. Good enough. Call by needed against the potential Lancia or droves that your opponent gonna siding against you. So better to be there. Storm and Reboot for back row decks. There are still some existing, such as like Dragoon variants, Zoo variants, Lich variants, Dogmatica, whatever variants. So good to have. Evenly is not playable because the nature of people siding Lancia against you. You Lancia into an evenly, you probably just want to quit the tournament. Oh no, you opposite. You evenly into your opponent's Lancia, you probably just want to quit the tournament at that point. Order is the best card going first. You can honestly just Sphere Savage with nothing else pass and set order. That's already arguably enough to win the game at some point. Because order stops Dark Rule, order stops Droplet, order stops more than half the starter and extender in Dragons. Order stops every Shadow fusion or fusion spells. So yeah, it's order. Um, what I'm citing, I guess we'll cover citing now. What I'm citing, going first, I citing 6. It will be the Gamma package, call by an order, and I'll take out usually Duster Cosmic and Droplets. Against certain matchup, I will take out Ash over the Cosmic, so I'll take out 2 Ash, a Duster, and the Droplets, and keep the Cosmic there in case I'm gonna really have extra card to set and Cosmic thing, which isn't bad if you think about it. Ash against certain matchup is just not needed, and that being a fire zombie, not a dark dragon, really doesn't like good enough. Um, what else? Going second depends on the matchup. We'll citing different things. I don't really care about going Gamma. I mean, obviously I'm gonna put Gamma in going second, but I don't really care about it because the purpose is mainly for going first. Going second, arguably the strategy is just let your opponent play whatever and break it, and that's it. So it's not even that hard to break things. Um, so yeah, pretty much. That's about the whole list. And this is the whole part 1 of the video. Next part 2, as I said at the beginning, 30 minutes ago, I'll be covering, I will say 3 more basic combos. It's, if you pay attention, I think I haven't started YouTube at that point. If you pay attention to my Facebook like a year ago, I did made a couple posts about those videos, but it's slightly changed, such as like Red Eyes got rotted. Um, Rusty now replaced the triple burst, and then because of that, there's actually a new combo. Those will all be in part 2 of the whole 3-part video. So stay tuned to the channel, and once I get, I just said to go low. Once I get 100 likes on this one, I will be uploading the second part. And I will see everyone in the second part. See you in the lab.